releasing when they feel their guy going.
At the into the 38 from the pocket, Wilson could have been intercepted. Budda Baker, the rookie out of Washington, had a great chance at a pick there.
The littlest guy on their littlest receiver on their team. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Oh, what a great defensive play. Budda Baker bursting through. 2nd down and 5 for Tom Savage. And the Texans. Savage 6 for 6. With a touchdown pass to Lamar Miller. Lost the football as he was hit. Cardinals have recovered. Third down and 11. That pass is short. There is a flag intended for DeAndre Hopkins with Peterson defending. 3rd down and 4. Savage throws, and this is incomplete.
1st and goal from the 10. Bortles throwing end zone, incomplete. Intended for O'Shaughnessy, trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Third and 10. Bortles under pressure. That pass underthrown. Budda Baker coming with the heat for Arizona.
Blitz. Goff throws one for Everett, who couldn't quite bring it in. He had a couple of shots at it. Inside pitch to Trouble. Boy, the Cardinals were ready for that. He fakes to Gurley, and Josh Bynes was right there to get Farrell Cooper.
On with them. Right, 2 Arizona turnovers. Cardinals offensively, 4 trips into the red zone, no touchdown. Short kickoff by Dawson, and the Cardinals have recovered. Budda Baker is having a tremendous rookie season on special teams and on defense for the Cardinals.
Ellison from the 21, 1st down. And the handoff is to Gallman, and Baker is there immediately for the tackle. Manning, and this pass is going to be incomplete, and good play by Budda Baker defending against Red Ellison, who's become a target at the tight end spot since Ingram has gone down. And the pitch going to Gurley, trying to cut upfield. Good pressure by the Cardinals, and they play it beautifully. And Budda Baker, who can just about do anything from anywhere on the field, knocks Gurley back for a loss of 4. Catches the longest run from scrimmage for the Bears, and they go back to Howard, but this time he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1 by Budda Baker. Their first 3rd down try. They need 6 yards here. And Trubisky getting a big rush, and down he goes for a big loss beyond the 30-yard line. It was Budda Baker and Benet Ben-Wickery, and Baker leading the way. He's hard to figure out, and a huge loss of 17 yards on 3rd down. And they keep it on the ground to Howard, but throwing him for the loss and getting inside was Budda Baker. What a game he's played today.
Budda Baker coming off.
Marching on their first possession of the game. Alfred Morris on the pitch, and he's going to be knocked back for a loss, as the Cardinals, led by Chandler Jones, making the play a loss of 3. 49ers have needed 10 yards for 1st downs. They need 9 on this particular play, and the pass is going to be knocked away and nearly picked off by Budda Baker. Raheem Mostert, who fumbled, is in there now. That's what you're talking about. Here's Mostert on the catch, and he is hit by 2 Cardinals, especially Patrick Peterson, and is losing 2 yards on the play.
Yardage on the run.
2nd and 12. Bolden went in motion in the pitch to Mostert, and he dives forward, and he's going to lose a couple of yards thanks to Corey Peters, the former Falcon, coming made 7-0 before. The Cardinals never trail. Here's pressure on Beathard, and down he goes, and then the flag goes down. Budda Baker.
Empty backfield as Cousins with a long count. All receivers out. And the pass is blocked again. Edmund was caught by Cousins, and he's down at the 42 short of the 1st down. Corey Peters blocked the pass right back to Kirk Cousins. brings up a 3rd and long, have to get to the 45-yard line for a first down. Cardinals rush 4, they've got pressure, the ball's out, and it's recovered by the Cardinals. Budda Baker, he's going in for a touchdown.
How about that?
Impressed with the way the defense was able to hold, but he said when they get in the red zone, they have to execute. That's something they haven't been able to do, and if they can execute in the red zone, they'll have a really good chance in the second half.
Thanks, Shane.
It's like Denver's version of Adam Thielen. Here's a little flip to Booker. And Arizona was ready for that.
What's that?
Here's Lindsey. Good work by this Arizona defense.
First down on the 12. In the 3-2 game, the pitch goes to Breida with Juszczyk blocking, but it's not going to work as the Cardinals come up strong. And Budda Baker leading the way. Here's the pressure, and they're all over him. Led by Budda Baker. Boy, did he get in there fast.
Shape up during the course of the game.
Williams has it. Goes down to the 35.
Detroit able to take advantage.
1st and 10. Stafford goes underneath to Blunt. Ball's on the ground. Looks like the Cardinals have it, and they do. It's Budda Baker, who has been playing so well of late. In fact, his head coach, Steve Wilks, just could not stop talking about him. He comes away with the pilfer.
That's a rarity as far as a target to LeGarrette Blount in the passing game. The Detroit Lions typically throw more
Early
to
on the
Theo
field is a fumble recovered by Arizona. First down.
With the game tied. Chris Carson dropped for a loss. And the Arizona Cardinals defense.
And we've seen early here the Giants have done a nice job changing their tempo up.
How many did you get?
We'd have to check stats there. It was on the road. It gets a little tough on silent count. But when you're at home like the Giants are and you can use the crowd noise being down to your advantage.
They were terrific. Yeah, it bodes well for Teddy Bridgewater next year, Kevin, when he becomes a free agent. I think he's made himself a lot of money over the last 5 weeks.
2nd down and 1. Murray can't find anything.
It's a lot of talent sideline right now for San Francisco, and there's Kittle. It's knocked away.
They've stayed the course, and John Lynch has put together a heck of a roster, and Kyle Shanahan's done a great job coaching them.
Here's Breida, good play. Budda Baker.
Well, here's another 3rd down.
Garoppolo throws, pass is broken up. Handoff here is to Coleman.
There's Budda Baker coming right off the edge.
Way off the ball. Everybody's playing zone, drop to the sticks.
Winston throws into traffic, a tip ball, and it's intercepted. I believe that's Jordan Hicks who has the football, and it is. 2nd interception thrown by Winston. 2nd down and 10. And Jones got a couple of good blocks and dropped the ball. And a scramble for the football. And we wait and see. It looked like Budda Baker had a beat on it. And it is Arizona football.
Seattle game behind them and then turned around and went out and focused on Arizona that afternoon.
After a 45-yard punt without a return, that's Coleman carrying, but the Cardinal defense stops him right there. Todd Gurley brought down right away by Budda Baker. Carson grabbed from behind. Budda Baker going to the Pro Bowl. 6th in the NFL in tackles across the league. Came from around the back part of that. Good starting position for the Seahawks. Procise with the blitz on is nailed right away.
That was the one team we just couldn't get over the hump on. For the Arizona Cardinals, it's been the Rams.
And they're ready for Gurley. Knocked back at the 29. Chandler Jones. Pressure. Goff is sacked. Budda Baker from his safety spot, and Cassius Marsh. Goff over 170 yards through the air with a touchdown.
Brown gets knocked down right away. It'll be 3rd and short. Budda Baker up from his safety spot. Their last 3 one-score games, the Rams lost. Tough ones with the Steelers and the 49ers. It's Malcolm Brown carries. He described as diving into a deep reflection this offseason, so we're not in this situation again.
Here's a receiver, as is Kerryon Jones, empty backfield, and here's the pass, and it's tipped incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down. Here's Adrian Peterson. Not going to go far, and will lose 2 or 3 yards, and Devondre Campbell came in first. So it'll bring up 2nd and long.
Here's Smith. He wants to throw, and he's dropped instead by Budda Baker all the way back at the 35.
Can I get one of the two? Here's Dalton. Under some pressure. Shovels it forward. And Zeke fumbles the football. Makes total sense. Pollard motions back to the backfield. Blitz, and Dalton is wrecked. Andy Dalton is blown up by Budda Baker, who came with authority and vengeance. Dalton, he's picked off. It's Budda Baker down the sideline. Dalton's not going to stop him. And Ezekiel Elliott.
With 6 different receivers, and this time he lost one, and it's picked off at the goal line. That's Budda Baker. Budda Baker out in front. Can Metcalf track him down? Can he chase him down? And he does to save a touchdown. Wilson, 3 yards shy of 300 through the air. Nothing doing here. Homer. Lockett, the motion man. Wilson falls down but gets it off to Hyde, but there's no place to hide, and he's taken out of bounds by Kylie Fitz.
Here's a toss to Hyde running left, and what a play is made by Budda Baker.
And if the Patriots can recover from that call, as they will hand it off to Harris, who's going to go nowhere. To our rules expert, Dean Blandino. Dean, can you take us through this penalty?
Goff and the Ram offense. Pressure coming. He gets it away to Everett, who will be tackled, and that's a major loss. 3 or 4 yards.
169 from Jeff Wilson.
I'll do the subtraction.
After the game against Seattle, dislocated and broken. Ball tipped and falls incomplete. And again, it's Budda Baker. Got a hand on it.
Wide 80. What's right?
Akers saw that the center was plugged, tried to cut outside, but Kennard and Baker would not allow it to happen.
First time in the red zone today for the Titans. First time across midfield. Tannehill to the end zone. Caught and drops. Jet swing. Sounds like you've been there before, buddy.
Oh, buddy, it's painful.
Incomplete to Michael Pruitt.
Thielen in motion. Cousins, short roll, looks backside, fires, Thielen. Tries to come across the field, but gets dropped at the 21-yard line. Budda Baker. Jefferson, 4 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Cook now goes outside. Great pursuit. And Cook fighting his way forward. He'll lose 2 yards on the play.
By Sean McVay of his guys, but we'll see if Raheem Morris can get something dialed up to keep points off the board.
Mentioned Murphy injury out on that last series, but 2 takeaways for this Cardinal defense, and he had one of them. The first one was the interception. Murray steps up in the pocket, floats one, and catch made by Chase Edmonds, the running back.
Motion from Deebo Samuel. The play fake by Lance. With time, on the run, throws high, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Budda Baker. And Baker down at the 34-yard line. On 3rd and 5. Garoppolo. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Budda Baker. And Baker tripped up at the 31-yard line.
5-man pressure. Dalton rifles past the sticks. It's off the receiver and picked up by Budda Baker, one of the fastest men in the NFL. Andy Dalton trying to bring him down, and he helped out as Montgomery ran him down. There's a penalty flag all the way back, though, at the Arizona 25-yard line, which we'll have to sort out. If this stands, it's a second Arizona interception.
This line is something serious, Gus. 2nd down and 8. And, whoa, what a beautiful tackle. Budda Baker on Jefferson.
These are the kinds of looks the Cardinals love to give everybody at the line of scrimmage, and they come after him with Baker. The ball is loose. It's a fumble that's recovered by Indy. Budda Baker, back-to-back plays, putting a stamp on this one. 3rd and long, Cardinals showing pressure. They bring it. Wentz in trouble, chased by Baker, and he got him. Budda Baker the sack. They bring it. It's a run, and it's shut down. Budda Baker all over the place for Arizona, and it's 4th down.
But too many penalties on the year for both teams.
3 different Cowboys offensive linemen have drawn a flag in this game, and now Prescott is down in the arms of Budda Baker.
We'll have that fade to Robinson again, up top of your screen.
Stafford. Akers will try once more. Akers. Ball pops out. The ball loose at the goal line. The Cardinals have it. Akers coughs it up, and Arizona recovers.
Whole bunch of teams you can ask about that. 2nd and 6. And in the backfield coming through, Budda Baker.
Powell was getting a little more action today, so good to see him get that reception.
Oh, this pass picked off. Yes, he's playing this afternoon. Budda Baker across midfield, inside the 40, down to the 30. Finally tackled by Henderson at the 25-yard line.
Teammates don't forget that. He is tough, and he is good. Garoppolo throws, and the pass is incomplete for Kittle. And Kittle drew a crowd. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Picked up 8 and the first. Time for Rippon for the end zone, and that is intercepted. Budda Baker. They go way back to high school in Washington. Rippon called him the Wolverine because he's everywhere.
Looking to correct that today. Again, it is Walker, and again, he is stopped short.
That's Cooper Kupp, bottom of your screen. Skoranek has it, and the Cardinals have him. Clark got there first.
For in the secondary, 3rd down 2, bobbled right there, and they bring him down. Budda Baker with a lot of pressure on the play. Ojulari was there too. They lose 6.
2nd and 2. It's the same play the other way. Hurts reverses direction and slides down with Baker hot in pursuit. They lost 7. Cardinals showing pressure. They bring it. Hurts bottled up and down at the 30. Lost 4. Surrounded by Cardinals there.